Alright, so it's come to my attention. There's a guy in the community by the name of Jessie Wysong that's adopted the relative strength philosophy. He's had this philosophy for some time now, but now it's really coming to fruition, I feel. As the longer the time span goes on, the more advanced the people geared towards in the community absolute strength, the stronger they get, the higher their numbers get, he copes harder. Now, I really want to ask somebody that's has the experience, has the testimonials, the clientele, that's a personal trainer by trade, whom is natural, that has extraordinary, exceptional numbers in the relative sense and the absolute sense, and that's Kyo. Friend of mine with a great Patreon, helps out many people, great influencer, and I commend him. Now, what I want to ask of Kyo is this. Now, I understand the rules of powerlifting. Fundamentally, they make the weight classes so everybody has a fair shot of doing something, of having a record. But at a certain point, it's a cope. Now, there's some guys that like to year-round bulk. That's absolute strength, enthusiasts. And there's some guys that like to stick in their weight class, the relative strength enthusiasts. Now, Jesse has somehow got it in his head that, say a 400-pound guy that benches 550, he somehow thinks if a 160-pound guy benches 390 or 400, that's more impressive. I mean, the 400-pound guy still has a phenomenal bench press that 0.1 of the population would ever achieve, regardless of relative and absolute strength. So I just wanted to see if Kyo has some free time during his day, if he could maybe touch on this and give his take on absolute strength and relative strength, and if he thinks relative strength is a cope or if it's a legitimate matter per se. And other than that, I just wanted to give light to that situation because, people have accomplishments in powerlifting. They have goals. Everybody's goals is different. I understand that. But at a certain point, if you call yourself a bench specialist and you're like 175 pounds and you're benching maybe 390 for a touch and go, you're not really a bench specialist. There has to be a margin to dictate that off of. I would say that's about 4 or 5 before you even want to come conversing about an opinion on a bench press matter with all the exceptional people on YouTube. That's what I'm basing that off of. There's a lot of exceptional natural lifters on YouTube. 4 or 5, that's just a margin for conversation and dialogue. Anywhere under that, okay, it's good. But to call it advanced in this day and age, with the exceptional athletes, D1 athletes on YouTube, natural channels across the board, it's ill-put logic. Now, that's all I really want to say. Maybe Kyo can touch on this guy, Jessie Wysong, and his philosophies. I would appreciate that. The last matter was his ideologies and philosophies on the Larson press. Is it an exercise done in futility or not? What do you think, Kyo? The Larson. Do you know top name powerlifters doing the Larson press? I'll let Kyo go into more detail about bench press accessories and what he thinks is the most optimal. And I'm pretty sure, from my own training experience, the Larson press, it's not even on the top 5 for bench accessories. But that's my opinion as a lifetime natural at that. And I know Kyo's has the training experience